Right, hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be fitting a set of bearing buddies to these wheels on this little tiny trailer. Now these are incredible really. You can get 4 of those if you look carefully on eBay for $7.99. It's ridiculous. 4 of those for $7.99. So get the plastic cap off. Have a grease nipple in there, and I'll now show you how you fit them. Now the first thing to know is about your wheels. So these are a 4-inch PCD hub. That means that it's 4 inches across those studs. They've got 10mm studs, and if you see here there's a grease nipple. Now this one's actually snapped off, which won't matter because the bearing buddy will do it. But also the spot, you've got a grease notch in the wheel. Now these I think will fit. They certainly will fit these, and they would also fit, I think, 100mm PCD wheel if they've got taper wheel bearings. A lot of 100mm PCD wheels have sealed for life bearings which are pre-greased, so you wouldn't need them. But seriously, 100mm PCD hub does not even have a grease nipple, but they do sometimes have taper wheel bearings in them that need greasing, which is most bizarre. But I'm going to show you today how to fit these. First thing you do, using a screwdriver or a better tool like a chisel, but I've not got that easy to hand, you remove the standard dust cap, which you just hit it with a hammer as you saw me do, and slowly pry it out. Of course, as you get further and further away, you need a bigger and bigger screwdriver to do the prying. But basically you work away at this and get this off. I'm working on quite new wheels as it happened. What you can do when it's nearly off, you can just, believe it or not, tap it like that with your hammer. Right, what you will sometimes find with these, and I found it with the last set, and it is annoying, that these are just an interference fit. This is the second one. You just knock it in, and you do need something like a lamp hammer or a metal hammer. Rubber hammer won't do it, but sometimes it's a fraction of a millimetre too tight, so you just grind, file or otherwise, the edge of this a little bit, and then it will tap in. And you get your lump hammer, you put it in sort of slightly at a angle, and you tap it in like that. Keep going until it's in, getting it square obviously. It will go in. Keep tapping up, tap, 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 hit, 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 and then you'll hear, as I have there to some degree, you'll hear a solid sound. So that is now in. So there's a little hole there. So when the grease is pumped in and it gets to that point, grease comes out and it stops pumping, so you've got enough in. I'll just give it another tap. Now I won't get this out, but to get this out, off again, sorry, you take a hammer and you knock it, 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 and that will come off. And you've actually got something to knock onto, because they stick out a bit like a chariot blades. So once you've got them in there, you know, this hub had got a broken grease nipple, but it doesn't matter because the grease nipple is in there if you look. So what we'll now do is just put some grease in it. So you just connect your grease gun. If you can, use white lithium grease. And why is mine coming out there? Right, pull it out a little bit sometimes. Now all my grease is coming in the wrong place. Let's take that off. The issue was the end of my grease gun was not tightened up properly. So once you put it in, you put your grease gun on, you pump your grease gun a few times, the thing will start to come out. So basically I'm pumping the whole front and back bearing full of grease, and the thing will start to push out as it's doing, and it starts to push grease out of it again. It's because this is loosening. Right, so if you gently you know, just hold your grease gun gently and keep pumping. Then the plungers come out and you see grease is coming out here, look, out of that little nipple hole, and then that is then full. Then if I take the grease gun off, anything to do with bearings is a messy little do. Then just greasing that won't hurt. So the springs in there are now forcing grease into the bearings that way. Just wipe that off there, put whatever grease there is inside, because it doesn't hurt anything that's going to go in salt water to be greased up. And then this little bit is important. Now put a little bit of grease around that if you want, doesn't matter if you've got a little bit. Then you put that on there. Then you push it on slowly because it's got to get the air out. Put it on, just push it in the middle a bit. Then that is a dust cap, but also it's quite a good air seal around there. So if you see this dome is really sucked in, it means that your bearings need re-greasing. So there we have how to fit a bearing buddy. As I say, it's a pity you've got to grind these a little bit, but often you do have to do that.